All right, here we go, the swamp. So this is Virgo. I think if you saw me on season 6, episode 21, they kind of showed, oh, go back one, thanks. You saw something like this with Virgo. But Virgo is very, very important. It's one of 3 female constellations in the sky, and Virgo is very important in the sense that it is part of the zodiac. And it's been recognized by many cultures. But Ptolemy, when he created the very first star catalog, star chart, he used, they weren't really his constellations, they were constellations from ancient Babylon, from Egypt, from the Sumerians. So these are ancient constellations, which Virgo is one of those. Ptolemy Ptolemy cataloged this constellation. Now, as far as the island goes, that is hard to see. I understand that, but that is directly west of the island. Okay, so if I'm standing on the money pit, looking west towards the swamp, that Virgo is setting right on the swamp. And in fact, Spica, the alpha star, the most brightest star in Virgo, is very, very important. Now, that is the sheath of wheat in her left hand. And many cultures had different things, different items in her hand. One is a olive branch. In Freemasonry, it's a sprig of acacia, acacia being the wood that they made the ark out of. But there are many different items, but it's really a sheath of wheat, and she is a symbol of the harvest. In other cultures, in Egypt, Spica, which is the alpha star, represented the goddess Isis. That would be very important. Isis was a big deal, Egypt. Babylon, it was Ishtar, the queen of the stars. In India, it was the mother of Krishna. Krishna is a huge god in India. And to many Christians, medieval Christians, saw that as Mary, or the Madonna is Virgo. It's been named Diana, Minerva, Athena, Urania, the muse of astronomy. I think Chris last time talked about the muses. The 7 arts and sciences. Astronomy is one of those arts and sciences. And some believe that all the ancient knowledge from that time were placed in these different arts and sciences. And astronomy is no different. I do believe there's a lot of hidden information, a lot of hidden knowledge in the constellations. So Virgo, like I said, is the only female in the zodiac, but it's one of the most significant also in the zodiac. For the esoteric meaning, why is it important that it sets on the swamp? Is because the swamp represents the womb of Virgo, the womb of Mary. It's protection of that Christ consciousness is the womb of Virgo. And I think even the capital, if you look at the book by, the book is called The Secret Architecture of Our Nation's Capital by David Oveson. Virgo and Spica are very big in the layout of Washington, D.C. And so the Freemasons had to, look at Virgo with importance. It's the divine feminine of the constellations. So it's really important. And so by that Virgo setting on the swamp, with the swamp representing that womb, I think it signifies that possible hidden things in the swamp. Maybe that protective type feeling that they're trying to protect, as in artifacts in the swamp, with that protective feeling of the womb in the swamp. So, and now the sun. If you go to the next slide, please. The sun passes Virgo in that right corner, southeast corner. That's where that sun passes by. So if you want to look at the swamp, that's why I said, picked out that right corner. It passes through there to the first or second week of October, from the 8th, to the 14th. It passes right through that corner from the money pit. And I think that, possibly that could be an excellent place where Spica is. I would think that would be important. Plus, it is the closest point of the swamp to the money pit. So if there's a back door, and I know Ian Spooner is already, in the first episode, he has highlighted that area to, search further. So I'm very excited about that. So we'll see. Next slide. Now this is a spring triangle. I know somebody mentioned the winter triangle, but this is a spring triangle. In Freemasonry, this is mentioned. It's the Arcturus, Spica, and the nebula. And that is the tail of Leo. Sometimes they use Regulus also for the spring triangle, but this forms a equilateral triangle. And that's what the swamp kind of looks like to me. Probably in older pictures it doesn't, but it kind of does now. And you can see how Spica sets at the bottom of the swamp, and the nebula sets at the top of the swamp. And that's from the money pit. And Arcturus does not. It sets about 300, but it does form a triangle, and it's pretty nicely boxed into the borders of the swamp, looking from the money pit. So I thought that was interesting.